What up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Podcast with your boy Dustin Calloway and
Big D the Chief.
Let's get it. So yeah, I told y'all, man. I told y'all I was gonna do it. I told y'all. I think I lied a few damn times, man. I was just like, every week I think I was going through. I was like, yeah, man. Next week I'm gonna have somebody on. Then the next week will come. Next week I'm gonna have somebody on. Then the next week will come. And I will say the same damn thing, and I never get nobody on. But look, we back. My man is in the building, man.
I made it.
Pause. My man's in the building. Pause. But, man, what can I say, man? Look, I know I talk a lot on this podcast about my past, about my family, about shit that I've been through in my life. But look here, man. Let me tell y'all something. This man right here, this is somebody that I've known him so long, I don't even know when we met. I think we probably met in a hospital, man. Maybe when we was both, I'm older, but
way back.
I don't even remember. I just remember waking up one day and we was just friends, man. From shit, when we was little, I think babies, man. But come to find out from your mom, my mom and his mom went to high school together.
Facts.
This is the only friend that I got in life that I could say that my mom went to high school with his mom. Everybody else that I know in life, I can't tell you, I can't say the same thing. But this is my man. He goes by Big D the Chief.
Right.
I ain't even gonna say your real name. You can say your real name if you want to.
Call me D.
D. But yeah, man. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, people? Glad to be here with my partner here. You know, he sent the invite for me to come enjoy the vibe, so I, made it an issue to show up, and I'm ready to talk about whatever.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, on Let's Talk Podcast, man. We don't hold back. I know in the beginning, I was going through my growing pains, and I was trying to figure out which direction to go. And I was like, I went hard. I came out the gates and I went hard. I'm talking about baby mama drama. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Just talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say not necessarily crazy, but I was just speaking from the heart, man. And I was just I wasn't censoring myself at all.
Kind of venting.
Yeah. But eventually I started watching other people's podcasts and I started going PC. And then that shit started bothering me a little bit because I'm like, man, you know what? I felt like I wasn't being myself.
Right.
So I started censoring myself for the sake of, let's just say, YouTube. And the sake of this culture that we live in now where really everybody's sensitive, man. You can't say shit to nobody no more. You can't speak your mind because it's going to hurt somebody's damn feelings, man.
Somebody.
Yeah, so that's when I started kind of going crazy with the podcast, and I actually wanted to give it up, man. I wanted to just not do it no more.
Yeah, that lets you know that it's worth doing. Whenever you want to give something up,
yeah,
it's usually because you meant to do it.
Right.
And it's a test before the success.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but we back here, man, and I'm gonna keep this thing going, going forward, man. So I know earlier in the week, I sent you some stuff that I wanted to talk about, man, and it's gonna be some crucial shit, and I don't want you to hold back, man. Don't censor yourself. Say however you feel, you feel. The one thing that I'm gonna tell you is I don't edit shit out. So wisely, just be wise about what you want to say because this is coming from you and just a previous experience that I had with the podcast before. I told you how that went. Everybody, I may not feel how you feel about whatever you're gonna say on the talking points, and you may not feel how I feel. But the thing is, say what you feel, and I'm gonna say what I feel. Know, and just like I said, it's recording, so
I'm used to it. So, what you want to talk about first?
So the first thing I want to talk about, man, just to get this out the way, it's some relationship shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretending to be somebody that you're not for the sake of a relationship. And what I mean by that is, you know how you get in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what you like. You're a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what you like in a woman. You know how you like your woman to talk. And not this is not to say that, you trying to make a woman talk however you want her to talk, but you know what type of woman you like. You know how she carry herself. Let's just say if she a drinker, if she a smoker. You know what I'm saying? If she got a foul ass mouth, if she ghetto, or if she just a nice chick. You know what I'm saying? You know the type of chick that you like. But it's not always easy to find that chick. Or if it's a girl, it's not always easy to find that dude. But for the sake of just getting into a relationship, to say you're in a relationship because you get to this point in your life where you like, man, damn, man, I just don't want to be alone no more. So you put this fucking mask on and you become this person that you're not, just because you see somebody that you like. So you go into this mode where you pretending. Like,
yeah, so honestly, I don't think that it really got anything to do with age. I just think it got to do with somebody putting up a facade in order to impress somebody else in the beginning, because eventually that mask that you mentioned comes off. And the only way to find out is the test of time. So I think most people, not gonna say hype theyself up to be something they not, but go along with the program for a certain amount of time before they can't no more. Whether it be something that they don't like or something that they do like that you don't know that they like. Whatever the case, eventually, in due time, it has to come to light. So most people, I'm not gonna say all, but most people do sugarcoat or hold back or dim their light for others in some cases when first meeting. Only the people who are truly comfortable with themselves are always themselves 100% of the time, and I think even that person may hold back or dim their light at times when just meeting somebody. Or you got the other people who act like they are something that they not. So it can go both ways.
So I got something. So I like to talk about personal experience. Like, cause I pay attention to people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I watch people. Like, I know somebody right now, and I ain't gonna say no names. Okay. Don't worry about it. And this is somebody that I consider them their ex-friend. And this motherfucker has proven himself to be on some snake fake shit to me. But I believe I talked about this in my last episode where I was saying, we ain't friends no more or whatever. Something like that.
Is that how you found out?
No, we actually talked about it before that. You know what I'm saying? And we can go into that too, but we talked about, before I even put the episode up, we talked about all the issues that we had.
Like a man.
Right. And then they kind of went right back to that. You know what I'm saying? Lying in my face and shit like that.
Right.
But that same motherfucker is in a situation just like, I watched that motherfucker do that shit for years. I'm talking about meet a chick, and, I know who he is. But I watch him. He chase chicks that have something. Like, I'm talking about, it could be a nice job. They could have some type of money. And he chase them for that reason, though. Not because he actually like them, and he put a mask on. He put this motherfucking mask on. I'm a good guy. I'm this, I'm that. But really, that ain't who you are. And really, it's like, I'm trying not to really dog the motherfucker out like that, but it's he wear a mask with pretty much every chick that he meet.
I get that. I get what you mean.
And it's pretty much everything that I was saying in the beginning. It's like the motherfucker will meet a chick, don't even be his type. But he's chasing this dream of somebody else. He's chasing this dream of this happy wife, this happy life with this big ass house and all these nice things. So what he do is he put this fucking mask on whenever he meet these women that really be into that type of shit, really be into looking for a man, a good man to be with, to build a life with. And the whole time this motherfucker's wearing a mask. And you know what the motherfucker do? As soon as he get these motherfuckers reeled all the way in and start buying shit with them, getting shit with them, the mask come off. Then he starts showing who he really is. And then the motherfucker on the other end start hating the motherfucker. And then that same motherfucker come back to me venting, talking about, man, I don't know why she like this. I don't know. I'm like, it's because it's the shit that you do. It's the game you play, bruh.
Yeah, and you know, the situation be like that sometimes. You know, on the other feet too. Like it'll be a woman who'll get with a man because of what he got, and you know, not to turn it around on them, but when you first started talking about it, I thought about a woman. You know what I mean? But truth of the matter is, I think we all have or had some friends that we saw red flags in from the beginning because of the way they dealt with other people, and eventually it wound up being us that they, you know, put in the cross or a situation that you knew that they was capable of doing. You know, I saw something that said you got to learn the difference between a real friend and a close hater. You know, because everybody ain't your friend. You know, just you could have known a motherfucker 30 years or whatnot, but some people still got a mindset to where they're going to put themselves first, or they're going to do some slimy shit to compensate for what they need.
Right.
And it's just up to us to acknowledge those type of characteristics in people before it get to us. Because that's like, you know, if you know somebody that's always talking shit about somebody else all the time, you probably one of the people getting talked shit about when you ain't around.
Oh, hell yeah. Man? Hell yeah.
Some people ain't got no life, so they just talk about other people's business all the time.
Right.
And, you know, them type of slimy situations you don't find out right away. It always got to be some shit that you found out on mistake, or like I said, you got to get caught in the crosshairs. So a lot of people put up facades, and it's a rare breed of people who actually genuine and don't really care about what other people think.
Right.
And, you know, it sounds cliche, but I'm that type of person. I don't really care what nobody think about what they ain't got shit to do with, or none of that type of shit. So it's a rare thing nowadays for people to be real. Most people want to be fake, or they don't want to be, but they just don't have no other choice because they're not they're not cool with who they are to everybody else.
Right.
So
I mean, and it goes back though, like, cause I can even talk to about a personal, you know, some personal shit that I done been through. Like I done been through that shit multiple times in life, and I actually, you know, had to start reevaluating like fucking humans, man, because I've been in that situation before. I know, cause you know, earlier it kind of went dude towards dude and, you know, dudes and shit, but no, like I got a personal experience myself. Like I've been, I don't want to say victim, but I've been a victim of that shit where I met a chick before, man. I met a chick, and when I tell you I sat up there, when I first met her, she was just everything. Everything in the fucking world to me. I'm talking about, we talked, I was telling her about myself and telling her about what I liked and telling her about this and telling her about that. And she was telling me stuff about her too, which I thought was real at the time. And what I didn't realize is the whole time that I was talking to her about myself and about what I liked in a woman and this and that, she was molding herself into that motherfucker. Gotcha. Not necessarily herself. That wasn't who she was. It was her listening to me, and she was building up this motherfucker for me. Somebody that she knew that I would like and I would love. And, you know, eventually I did fall in love with that motherfucker. Yeah. And eventually we did start coming together and start building shit together. And then I'll say about 2-3 years later, that's when that mask came off.
That's usually how long it take for, you know, a relationship to get to the point where it's serious, but the problems don't really exist until about that time. You know, anywhere in the 2 to 3 year range is when you really find out about the real problems, or whether you got what it takes to work through those real problems. Especially at this age, you know, if you in your early to mid 30s, you know what I mean, you probably are thinking more realistically about some type of longevity, unless you just out here to play.
True.
And you know, depending on what you going through at that point in your life.
Yeah.
But
That shit, it ain't easy to deal with, bro.
mm-hmm.
I'm talking about when you gotta sit up there and you go through some shit with somebody that do something like that to you, like they'll just put on this mask and pretend to be somebody that they're not for the sake of a relationship, back to the topic. And then once they take that motherfucker off, you gotta be like, damn, how do I go on? How do I like this new person, this person who you really are? How do I like the real you?
You may or may not be able to.
Well, look at me now. I ain't with the motherfucker now.
Yeah, so you just couldn't you couldn't find a grip on it.
Nah, actually, I tried. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw her for who she really was, I tried. I tried to stick in there, and you know, and I don't want to keep, because what I told myself was, I said on this podcast I was gonna stop talking about baby mama drama and all that shit, but. Honestly, I can't avoid this one because we ended up having a kid together. So that's the person that I'm talking about. But I tried to stick in there.
So you just speaking your truth.
Yeah,
what
my
you
truth.
Been through.
Yeah.
So you know.
But I ain't I ain't doing the bashing shit no more. I'm done with that.
You allowed to acknowledge what you done been through because that's just what you done been through. And,
right.
Sometimes you don't forget about it, so
right.
you just can see it or can relate to it, but. Like I say, depending on the age or where you at mentally, you might not feel like you got nobody's time to waste. So it's just about catching the red flags early and determining whether you are wasting your time or whether it's worth waiting out, especially like meeting somebody new or dating, because like I say, most people gonna cover up something that they not comfortable with you knowing right away or whatever the case. But if you a genuine person and you meet another genuine person, then y'all will be able to read each other to know she cool, but this ain't what I'm looking for.
Right.
Or that's how adults supposed to deal with each other. But it's still some cats out here, like you say, living a facade or lying about everything. Vice versa, women too. So.
Yeah. I mean, but you don't think that shit crazy though, man? Like,
I do.
We're not talking about we ain't little kids, you know what I'm saying? We ain't in 8th grade, 7th grade, and we ain't in high school. Your grown ass, you meet somebody and you sit up here like you got problems. Everybody got fucking problems, man. Everybody going through some shit in life. Everybody done been hurting one way or another. And you got motherfuckers that really sit up here and pretend like ain't shit wrong with their life and they ain't never been through nothing. They pretending to be motherfuckers that they really not, just for the sake of a goddamn relationship. It's like eventually a person gonna figure you out.
True. But then, on the flip side of it, it's like, let's say you do have a problem or something like that. When do you know you can trust that person with that type of information?
I don't know. I think the issue is with me. Like when I talk about myself, pretty much, when I meet people, I don't. And I know everybody ain't like me. I'm me, and people gonna be who they are. But that's the reason why this podcast need to exist, because I want more people to start being for real. You got to drop that information on people where they can know, man. Somebody's gonna go through something similar to me.
Yeah.
And you might have somebody out there listening to this shit right now. That's that person that's actually doing that dirty shit. And they need to hear this shit. So, like with me, when I meet people, man, I try to have a conversation with a person and not pretend to be something that I'm not. I don't pretend like my life is fucking perfect because it's not.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I don't pretend like I come from a family where, life was just good, because like I said, my mom and dad, they've been together since forever. You know what I'm saying? But that don't make me a perfect kid just because I could say I grew up in the house with my mom and dad.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Because nobody's perfect, but, from the opposite situation, growing up in the house without a father, you do kind of think that kids with two parents might have had a better life or, something of that nature. Yeah. But it really differs in everybody's situation. Everybody's situation.
Flat out. So, with that being said, it's like when I meet people, man, I'm always who I am, and
that's rare.
yeah, and I just have to accept that those people that be out there lying in front and pretending to be motherfuckers that they not,
Yeah.
or those people that like to deceive people, they gonna be there. They gonna fucking be there, and you just gotta listen to shit that we talking about and learn how to start reading people. And sometimes I hate to say this, and I really don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Sometimes you got to come to the door not giving so much of yourself away.
True. Vulnerability can be good and bad. It's definitely a bad thing to be too vulnerable too early with somebody who you don't know is genuine. And, you know, sometimes it's just what comes out of you or how a person makes you feel in order to want to open up to them. So that just go back to the initial point about the facade. Like, some people are afraid to be vulnerable right away. So when do you open up about those problems? You know what I'm saying? That would determine the person's intent as well. Like, some people just want to play with you, and some people probably got insecurities that they don't necessarily feel opening up about right away. So at the end of the day, it's just about how you, like you say, learn how to read people, and your time is your time. So
yeah, or some people are just out to fucking get over on people.
True.
You got some people out there that's just hunters.
True.
They just out to get something from you.
True.
And,
scavengers.
Yeah, and some people will literally get in a relationship just to get that shit from you and drain you for everything you got, and then move the fuck on.
Yeah, you know, I'm a little different. Like, I ain't never really been the one to be like jumping right into a relationship or nothing like that. I think you gotta take the time to get to know somebody and date that person before you actually create a intimate relationship to where it's just y'all two and all that. You know, not saying go out and be a hoe.
Right.
You know, take the time to get to know somebody before you make a commitment.
Right.
And that's just, you know, that's what you learn by experience, honestly.
But that experience that I told you about, that happened to me, I took time to get to know that motherfucker. I took time, but see, this is where I ran into the issue. It was a big age gap between us. I'm talking 10 years. 10 years. So I wasn't thinking about the fact that maybe this motherfucker's like doing all this because they trying to get themselves established because they so much older and they so much further along in life, and they probably looking to try to get something going real quick. When I was still young, you know what I'm saying, I'm still going through it, just trying to, you know, find somebody to settle down with. I wasn't really in no rush.
Right.
So I did take the time to get to know the motherfucker, but I didn't know what type of time that person was on.
Yeah, and then the other part about that is you could, like I said earlier, you can know a motherfucker 30 years and then they could switch up on you and become somebody different, you know, just due to triggers or damage that they may have, you know, suffered prior to meeting you.
Yeah.
So, you know, like when you talk about age differences, a lot of the times what we don't consider is the trauma or damage that was done in that amount of time. You know what I mean? So everybody damaged. You just gotta figure out somebody who problems you can deal with. That go along with being real with who you dealing with, to know that you can deal with them or not. You feel me?
Right.
Like, for example, I could be a dude, right? Or I am a man, right? Excuse me. What I could like is, it could be something that I like to do, like something that the average woman ain't gonna put up with. You know what I'm saying? If I come to you and tell you, like, hey, I like to take other women out for drinks every now and again, you know what I mean? Because I like to entertain other women.
Right.
But, you know, my intent ain't to cheat or nothing, but, you know, sometimes it get a little intimate, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I like to do. Are you okay with that? You either gonna say, yeah, I think I can get with it, or you can be like, hell no, nigga, what the fuck? So, you know, if that's what you know you like, why not be honest about it?
That person didn't steal your option from you.
Exactly.
Because you kept it real.
That's what I feel is the way to go in dealing with other adults. You know what I'm saying? For example, I remember talking to this young lady a few years back, and you know, if I smoked weed, she would act funny. Like, you know, I guess it was one of her pet peeves. Like, oh, he smoked weed, so I can't take him serious. But truth of the matter is, you know, people judge you for different things and things like that. But I don't necessarily see what that really got to do with somebody else, unless it's a flaw. You know what I mean? Like, you might drink, and I might not. You know, a lady might not like a man that drink. But is that the red flag that's going to determine that you don't deal with that person? You know, rather than going in and say, no, I don't drink or I don't smoke, and then come to find out, yeah, I drink a little bit or I smoke a little bit.
I mean, but that goes back to the person. If that is what somebody's telling you off the rip, I don't do this, I don't do that, but you let that person know up front, this is what I do.
Right.
Now, if they choose to move on with you, and you let them know up front, this is what I do, that's on them.
Right. So the option is always the better choice in my eyes.
Yeah,
Definitely. You might meet a chick that you know, she might have 5 different dudes she talking to at the time. She not gonna tell you she talking to 5 different dudes right up front. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, she might let them dudes go, depending on how much she like you. But when do you know that you can put your guard down and just, you know, trust the one person who could have that mask on that you said, you know? So it's kind of a tricky situation depending on who the person is, what they going through. I just always feel like being real is the best option rather than, you know, putting on a facade.
Right.
Because you, like we already acknowledged, you get the option, so.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man.
What you got?
Okay, so here we go. A lot of people might not like this one, man, but hey, look, I'm gonna just keep it real, man. This is a conversation that we need to have, and I'm not gonna go crazy on them or nothing like that, man. It's just gonna be something that a lot of people are uncomfortable with, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I ain't uncomfortable with talking about this. So, should transgender people be required to tell people that they're transgender prior to dating them? Should they?
Absolutely yes, because if you transgender, then that's, you know, something that you're proud of, right?
Yeah, they are, but you'll be surprised how many of them believe that, and I've seen this on social media everywhere, they don't think that they should have to tell us. Me and you, we know that we like women, and that's all we like. We like women, and that's it.
Love women.
We love them. They feel like if they go through the transition, they get the titties, they get all this done down here. They taking the stuff to make them look, you know, just straight like a woman. They feel like they shouldn't have to tell us. It's a lot of them that believe that they shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that 100% and say that that's, you know, that's how people get hurt. I'm gonna just leave it at hurt. But you know exactly what I mean. As a man who loves women, one of the worst things you can do is try to trick him into something that he don't like or love. So,
is it a trick?
It's a trick, yeah.
No, some of them, they believe, though, that once they go through the transition, they are women.
Well, that's a mental thing on their end, because you and I both know that, and we can go a lot of different ways with this conversation, but without getting too deep into it, that's like having a 9-year-old kid, and your kid just up and say, "Hey, Dad, I'm a pony now. Like,
right?
For now on, just refer to me as a pony." You You know what I mean? I'm a full blown thoroughbred pony now. So don't call me boy or girl. I'm a pony.
Yeah.
You know, a kid that young, do they? You know, they still living in an imaginary world.
True.
So as an adult, should you still be entitled to live in that imaginary world, or?
Well, I mean, okay, let me take it this route because, you know, I had a talk with somebody recently, right? Mm-hmm. And let's just switch it to just gay people, period. Let's just say gay people. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, every transgender person, they're not necessarily gay. If you really, I hope that makes sense because, like Bruce Jenner, he went through the transition, but I believe I overheard him saying in an interview that he don't like men.
At all?
No, but hey, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this one, but that's what I heard from a story or article that came out that I read. It said that even though he's a transgender woman, he doesn't like men. So
that's a contradiction,
right? But check this out. So I was having a conversation with somebody before recently, and they said that the only reason gay people are gay is because 100% of them, this is coming out that person, 100% of them were molested in their life, and that's what turned them into gay people. I was just like, huh.
I'm not going to say 100%, but I say it is a percentage where that is the case.
Right. But, go ahead.
You know, at the end of the day, I think that however you want to live is up to you, but you just got to be able to stand on your decisions.
That's it.
It could be a woman who decided that she was gay, who can change her mind and want to be with men just because that ain't how she feel at that moment. But do that mean she was gay, or, you know what I'm saying, do that mean she was just going through a phase? Like,
right.
I think whatever you do, you know, it's your decision, but you got to stand on that decision. So,
right.
Back to you being something that you're not, but you identify as that, is still deceptive when wearing a costume. The more mature way to handle that situation would be saying, you know, when you introduce yourself, yeah, I'm a transgender. So,
ooh, you think so though?
Yeah,
you think so when they come up. So, all right, that right there, that route. I mean, damn.
You ever heard of Sydney Starr?
Yeah.
Okay, so so listen. I remember I used to play this prank at one of my old jobs. You know, it's a bunch of men in the office. I would run up to one of my cats at the old job and be like, "Man, look at her." I'm like, "You know, you like that, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, who is that?" And I'm like, "That's a man." You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is looks can be deceiving. You what you think you looking at look like a woman, right? Something that you like,
right?
But it's not really. It's kind of like eating vegan food. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a burger for real.
Yeah, but they tell you on the menu that, like, this is what this is.
Right.
Okay.
But we both know that these is beans, not ground beef. So, you know, if I sit down at your table, you should be like, I got some burgers for us, but these is bean burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, they do say that on the menu if you read it. So, but I think that when we talk about transgender people and them revealing themselves, I firmly believe that they should have that conversation with the person, but not necessarily walk up to them like, hey, if a dude, because, you know, some, like you said, some of them do look just like, they look all the way like your girl, like my girl. They look just like them. And it's hard to tell these days with the surgeries and all, you know, everything that's going on. But I don't feel like they need to walk up to them and say, hey, you know, if a dude say, hey, what's up, girl? You know, you fine. Turn around. Hey, how you doing? I'm a transgender.
I think that's exactly how it
For real?
Yeah, I think that's
no.
Exactly
I think that they should have the conversation like, hey, just to let you know, not necessarily, hey, I'm a transgender, just to let you know. Like, no, like, you know, Damn, dude. Maybe you right.
So I'm just about to say.
Damn.
So let's say you single, you know, and you out mingling.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just put you at a bar. You know, the music nice. You see a young lady sitting at the bar. You walk up to her, and you know you introduce yourself. You know, you buy her a drink, and y'all having a drink, and feeding into each other. At what point in time do you think she should be like, "Yeah, I used to be a man," or "I'm a transgender"? While y'all having that initial conversation, or when you like, "Yeah, why don't you come with me to, you know, somewhere else?"
Damn.
At what point in time should you know that that's a transgender you talking to?
Well, me personally, I want to know immediately.
That's what I mean. So
I want to know immediately.
that's what I mean. So,
I don't know how to look. I ain't one of them, so I don't know how they gonna tell me.
Or look, check it out.
Find a way to tell me.
Maybe as single men, we would just have to start introducing ourselves and saying, "Are you a transgender?" You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm such and such. I'm only into women.
Right.
But damn, see, wouldn't that go against? Because, well, what do they like to call us? Because I'm not trying to say I'm not homophobic or none of that stuff. I'm not transphobic, none of that stuff. But
whatever they would try to call you is gonna have a phobic at the end of it.
Yeah, but it ain't about me being afraid of them. I'm not interested in messing with a man.
Right.
That's my thing, and I know that. In no way whatsoever am I trying to say that I'm against the transgender or the LGBT community.
Not at all.
I'm not against y'all. You know, live your life, do what you want to do. Like, feel free. You free. Be free. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. But
stand on it. I
want to know.
Yeah, stand on it.
Stand on that.
If that's what you is.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let it be known that that's what you is. That's all. That's the only rebuttal I would have in any situation regarding a transgender. You know, be clear about what you are.
Yeah, like, I mean, live your life, do what you want to do, but y'all do gotta. One thing that y'all have to realize is it's people out there like us that want to know. Like, I don't want, like, look, I be seeing these videos and they think the shit is funny. Now I don't know if you saw it, but it'd be like on TikTok, on Instagram, where it's somebody recording and it'll be a dude standing there with a transgender woman talking to a man, and they'll be talking, and then somehow, some way, the dude that's interviewing them, he'll get the man to kiss the transgender.
I saw something like
and
that
then
before.
after the fact, the transgender will come out and like start talking with their real voice, like yeah, and then the dude will run off, like, or the transgender will run and the dude will start chasing the announcer or the interviewer or whatever, and I'm like, that shit ain't funny.
No.
Because there's people out here in this world that we ain't about that shit. Like, I ain't trying to kiss you.
Yeah, but I would say, shit, I don't kiss strangers, first of all.
I mean, come on, man. You ain't never kissed no chick at the bar?
I have never kissed a chick at the bar, but a chick might have tried to kiss me at the bar.
But back in the days, though, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never had no one-night stand? Technical difficulty. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so you shouldn't make it that far without knowing, you know what I mean? And that's just for your own safety, because that ain't really nothing to play with when dealing with a man who like women and, you know, love women.
Yeah.
So I think that you would be putting yourself in danger by not, you know, letting that be known.
Yeah, and it goes into that danger zone because, like, I'm not going to say that if, like, I don't know, I guess, like, with me, I know for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, if you get to the point where you kiss me, man, and I think that's where we was. I'm sorry because we had some technical difficulties, but if you kiss me, that's a violation, man. That's like, I put it like this. Do I want to say this? Because I don't want them to be mad at me, but this is not comparing y'all to people like this. I'm not saying that being a transgender, like, you sick. You even though back in the days they used to classify stuff like that in what is it, the DSM, the DS. It's a book that they used to have back in the days, but they took out. I think it wasn't even about transgenders. I don't believe. I think it was just about being gay. But that's like saying that. Damn, I don't know if I want to say this, bro, but I gotta say it. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, I'll talk about myself again. Back in the days when I was in college, right? I met this chick. Met her at the gym. And when I saw her, I said, damn. But I thought she was a student. She wasn't a student. She was actually like a RA. What is it, a RA? RA, you know, the little RAs or whatever that run the whole dorm. So I was like, damn. I had to knock her off because I'm like, I got to get that number. So I'm in the gym working out, and I was on the football team then, so I'm just like, shit, I know she going to like me because I'm in here with the crew. So I knock her off, get her number. I'm like, damn, she really fell for me. And I was young. I'm like 18 or something, or maybe 19, but knock her off, right? And we kicking it the whole time. We talking on the phone. I'm seeing her and shit. You know, I didn't necessarily, you know, get over there and get to the buns, you know, for a while. Okay. But finally, when I got close to getting to the buns, she said, yeah, I just want to let you know I got herpes.
Oh, shit.
I said, oh, damn. So I said, hold on. I said, you ain't think you should have shared that with me immediately? No, I don't want to share that. And I asked her, why didn't you share that with me immediately? And she said, because I didn't know that I was going to like you like that. I'm like, ugh.
So in that situation, shit, I mean, it's a tough situation because I'm sure y'all had conversations about you getting to the bond.
Life, everything.
Right. So, I'm going to just put it to you like this. You would be happier to know than for her not to have said nothing and you had to find out on your own.
Yeah.
So that is a little different than you know, I don't know, you know, somebody might have a different opinion, but I think you should let somebody know that you're a transgender before you let them know, yo, sexually transmitted diseases.
I mean, but still, like, at the end of the day, we just said that we love women.
True. And
honestly, I'm not trying to say like I don't care about y'all, because I care about all humans, but I want to know that what I'm dealing with is a woman.
Same
Through and through.
Same
like, and I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to knock them and say that I don't look at y'all and say, you know, if you feel like you're a woman, you're a woman. Okay, cool. If that's what you identify as, that's cool. You're a woman. Cool. Be down. But when we start talking about genetically, what are you? To me, I want a woman that is genetically a female, a woman born that way.
Gotcha.
That's just what I want. And I want to know that going in.
I mean, like,
I don't want to hold your hand, go to the movies with you. Don't be coming to me, tell me, let's go out to eat. We about to go to the movies. We out here going down to the motherfucking waterfall. We chilling, kicking it, going to the beach. And then you tell me 3 weeks later, well, you know, I just wanted to let you know, I got to get this off my chest. I was born there. You know, so, I'm like, no, man, no, let me stop. I'm sorry, look, man, that was a joke. I had to put that in.
Hey, you better not go 3 weeks without knowing that that's a man for real. But listen, should you feel bad for reacting? You know what I'm saying? Or like, is it that person's fault for leading you on like that? Especially,
it's their fault.
Yeah, so
it's their fault.
So that would mean, you know, it's up to the person who was being deceived to react. However, you know, they see fit.
Yeah. Well,
and you're gonna have to deal with it because that person might be mad that you led them on, or they might just coincidentally say, "Oh yeah, I like that," but you know,
nah, shit, man. Look, I don't know, shit. This is a hard one, man, because it's like, you know what? I'm gonna put it back on us. I think that nowadays, what we gonna have to do going forward, man, we gonna have to just ask them, because it don't seem well. I don't. I'm not trying to tell y'all to take your foot off the gas and stop being who you are. No, be who you are. But at the end of the day, I think that what we gonna have to do is us. We gonna have to start asking more questions, and you know, it's gonna a lot of women gonna be offended because you're gonna be at the bar nowadays. You're gonna be like, "What's up with you?
Right.
Are you a woman?
Yeah.
Like, were you born a woman?
Yeah.
And
play with that answer if you want to.
yeah, I mean,
But
and I think it's just to protect us because nowadays, you know, like ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Like the one person, like the one dude who ended up killing one of them, one of the transgender people for not telling the truth and going through with the whole sexual thing. Not even the whole penetration part of it, but it's just because you know because that can happen to you. You know, you can have a one night stand and the girl just gave you top. That's it. And next thing you know, you turn around, find out this is a dude. How do you expect that man to react? Especially when when it's a man that's telling you through and through, I like women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you expect that man to react, man? So it's like we gonna have. I think stuff need to be done on both ends, man. I still agree with you where you know they got to come through and say, hey,
off the top,
I'm a transgender. But on the flip side too, we need to be doing our homework too because you know, again, you got those people out there to take you back to the beginning, deception, they'll do anything for the sake of a relationship. So now let's factor transgenders into that.
Yeah, that's an extra factor.
I'm gonna do anything.
That's an extra factor. I never thought that we'd be having to have this conversation about you know the dating pool.
Yeah,
you know
because it's here.
Yeah,
it's here.
Yeah. On a funnier note, I did see something saying that the studs in Atlanta is getting the beard implants, like the fake beards.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put the person's name out there. Let's say I want to say like 2-3 years ago? No, it was about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm out at Aurora Farms, and this person, I don't know them, but I was just in there, and I think at that time I was doing my workout shit. I was strong on it. I was in the gym. I was all right. It was hot outside. I think I had a cutoff on, and I was in the Nike store about to get some shoes. So a girl that was in there, she saw me, and she was with, I want to say like her, at the time, I didn't know it was her wife. But she had walked up to me and was like, hey, you do training and stuff? Like, you know, you a trainer? I was like, no, I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, damn, because I box, you know, and I'm looking for a trainer. And I was just like, no, I don't do all that. But, you know, I know some people who can get you connected or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we get to talking and all this. Fast forward. I see her on Instagram. Oh, you know, I'm going through this whole, you know, this transition where I'm a transgender. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay, cool. Because the day at the store, I knew she was, you know, she had a wife. You know, she was there with her wife. So I'm like, okay, I knew you was into that lifestyle of, you know, the other lifestyle or whatever. But I didn't know at the time that she was a transgender.
Right.
Man, dude, when I tell you, it was probably 8-9 months later, I'm talking about she went full go. Shots, all that shit. She got a real beard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about, dude, we talking about, when I saw her, I was like, cold piece. I'm just like, man. Fast forward, dude, shots, all that stuff.
Okay.
She looked like me and you right now.
Wow. Hey.
Me and you, bruh.
It's amazing what a little bit of money can do.
So going back to them fake beards, some of them might be real beards, bruh.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about, she got a full beard, bruh. And I'm like, I thought it was fake too. But when I went back, started
scrolling. Grab her by her face and start yanking on it?
Start scrolling through the profile. First, the little mustache start growing in through, because they get these shots. What are they called? Testosterone shots or something like that. And the shots, even her facial structure started changing. I'm talking about the jawline started being more defined. The chin started changing. I'm like, that shit really works.
Right.
But the one thing that don't work is you ain't never gonna get the piece like we got.
True.
That ain't never gonna happen, and them titties gonna still be there.
True.
So it's like they gotta go through all of that, bruh.
I be wondering though, like, you know, who was the doctor that thought that was more important than finding a cure for cancer, or you know what I mean? Those type of things. You feel me?
Yeah.
Not knocking what nobody else like, but it's crazy how, you know, a lot of these doctors can do anything but cure a fatal disease. You feel me? I can make you look like a man.
Yeah.
I can turn you into a man.
Well, they found something. They found something that's it's gonna always be here, right? So all that lifestyle is gonna be here. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I ain't tripping on the lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just,
so it was somebody out there that said, you know what? Let me find some money in that lifestyle.
Right.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and work on this serum right here.
Right.
That's gonna get you to be able to grow hair.
what Professor Kump used to call the stuff he used to touch.
What was it called?
They made some of that.
Damn. The serum that they used to use.
Yeah, the Buddy Love juice.
Yeah, the Buddy Love juice, man. But I mean, it's gonna be here. So I think that doctor that you was talking about, I think that's just what they do. They said, let me just find something that people out here doing. Let me tap into that and figure out how to get some money out of it. So they come up with the surgeries to turn our piece into a vagina, and then they found the other surgery to give you a donor dick.
A donor dick. So
Yeah.
No homo. So
Pause that right there, because I don't even know why we saying that. I shouldn't have said that word between us, man. Pause that.
Yeah.
Might go back, edit that out. But yeah. And then they got the shit where you get your titties cut off, everything. They turn it into a regular chest, all that shit. All right, I'm feeling like no, this is a whole pause conversation right now, man. I'm about to go ahead on and get.
Yeah, after the donor.
Yeah, I'm done, man. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on from this, man. And again, my people of the trans community, of the LGBT community, you know, hey, look. Live y'all life, and like I said, I talked about this before on a podcast, earlier episode. And I don't even know if you remember, but you know, I had a gay brother growing up, Damien.
I do remember.
Yeah,
Damien.
he passed away, man.
We
you know
go back that far.
Yep. Rest up.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, my brother was gay. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in a household with a gay brother. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing against you, none of you guys. You know, my brother, man, that was my soul, bro. But yeah, we're gonna move on from this one. Hold on. And I'm talking about, well, my brother, I had the gay brother. I'm talking about he used to snap, kick his foot up to the sky and shit. Yes! Yeah! Like, I'm talking about he was one of them. He turned the party out. But, man, let me stop, man.
Yeah.
Moving on, man. So we're going to close this out with this last topic, man. And this last topic right here. So I'm not going to say the word, you know, because I know that they be trying to, like, snatch stuff down. So we're gonna talk about
Choices.
the choices let's just say that shot, that shot that's going on.
Yeah, the jab.
Yeah, that jab that's going on out there. So you hear about Ice Cube turning down that what is it, $9 million deal over that mandatory jab.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that, man? I know we talked about this before, like earlier in the summer. Later in the summer, we talked about that.
It's a personal decision that some people try to use against you to determine the in Ice Cube's situation, he probably knew that it would be a situation where they would try to make him do something that they knew that he didn't want to do, in which that was, you know, get the shot to work with everybody else. And at that point, it's just like, all right, well, I don't want to do that, so I don't want to work with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go find somebody else, or y'all take me as I am. And in regards to that, I respect his decision just due to the fact that it should be by choice, not by force. So, you know, as a man, you gotta know when your morals mean more than your money. Excuse me. And clearly Ice Cube ain't hurting, so, you know, $9 million, he got that. But I respect him for standing on his decision and not folding for $1. It's like Kyrie Irving, you know. I respect Kyrie Irving for not for leaving Cleveland the way he did, but for standing on his own in regards to a decision that he made about not wanting to do something, and no matter what they wave in his face as far as what he's jeopardizing, he won't just bow down to say, okay, I'm gonna do it because it's what he's against. If they focused on everybody, like for example, Aaron Rodgers, you know his situation.
Yeah, he lied.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So should Kyrie have just done the same thing?
He could have, but he's just a different breed.
Right. So yeah, it's just a choice in the matter of whether what they trying to take from you means more than how you feel about it.
So let's talk about real world where we live.
Mm-hmm.
The real world where we ain't talking about $9 million a year or $9 million for us to do anything for anybody. We ain't got that. We ain't got no $9 million, man. So I feel like yet we ain't got it yet. So eventually, and I hate to say this, it's coming for a lot of us. I'm talking about a lot of us 9-to-5ers.
Yeah, 9-to-5ers especially. That's why easier said than done. I suggest, depending on the lifestyle that you want to live, you focus on starting a business.
Yeah.
And it's not mandatory unless you got 100 or more employees.
Mm-hmm.
So if you against it, look forward to saving some money to start your own business, because eventually, like you said, they may force it upon you, but if you against it, then you can't force me to do something that I'm against. That's almost like slavery again.
Yeah, I know some people personally that I work with, that I used to work with. They forced them because they ended up moving on from the job that we currently at, and they went to another job, and they literally told them, hey, it ain't no more remote work from home, and you got to come back in the office. And if you come back in this office, you have to be vaccinated. And a lot of them went out, just said, all right, cool, I'll get it, just to keep a job, man. Mm-mm. And it's like
your job, your hourly rate or your salary. I seen this, I read this as well. Your hourly rate or your salary is what they pay you to forget about your dream. And maybe everybody don't have a dream. Maybe some people want to be corporate workers or 9-to-5ers, as you say. But sometimes you got to take a leap and understand that 40, 50,000 a year ain't the end of your life. It's way more money out here that you could be making if it come down to your moral choices of how you choose to live your life. Full circle. Whether you man, woman, trans, or whatever, how you choose to live your life is your choice, and it shouldn't be a force, but you should stand on whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, stand on it. Stand on what's best for you. How about that?
What about that person that got that $2,500 mortgage coming up next month, and they know, I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it, man. What's the options for these people? Like, it ain't really no options out here, man. It's really not. Everybody not in Ice Cube's position to be able to do that.
That's a tough decision.
Yeah, like me or you. Like, let's just talk about us. Like, if, like, knock on wood, thank the universe for my job just being the way that it is, because ever since the pandemic began, I've been at home. Like, they told us, all right, we're gonna move to 2 days in office per week, and then we go home. And they sent the email out like the next day, say, you know what, this is going to be just permanent. Y'all just stay home. And we've been home ever since, so I've been lucky. And then even at my job, they said that if you do want to come back to the office, you can. But if you come back, you have to be fully vaccinated. But if you're not, you just have to wear your mask. And you have to still social distance. But they didn't tell us you have to. It's mandatory. You have to if you want to come back in, flat out.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, if you are fully vaccinated, you don't have to social distance or you don't have to wear no mask, because they can still give it to each other. No,
you don't. You can still come in, and it ain't no more rules. It ain't no more nothing for none of them. They can come in and socialize just like it's nothing. Even though they can still catch it. and still give it to other people too.
So that's where it comes down to you making the decision whether it's logical for you to put yourself at risk, or take the shot to keep your job. Like, I can go to work unvaccinated, or you can go to work unvaccinated and be around the people that's vaccinated who don't have to social distance, but you got to stay away from them. So that means that they could have it and give it to each other, and you could still catch it too, but they're vaccinated and you're not. So it's like, at the end of the day, vaccinated or not, you can still get it, you can still pass it. So if we just passing around a disease that anybody can get, what difference do it make whether you vaccinated or not?
Because they
it
say
would be your choice.
They say that it with the jab, it lessens your symptoms, or that's what they say.
It was supposed to be a word I wasn't supposed to be using, and I started using.
No, it's all right, because I think I said it too, and I was just like, you know what, it's too late now. But I mean, that's just what they say. I mean, but just to go back to the whole Ice Cube thing, I'm just like, man, look, like you said, man, you got to stand on something, man. And I think that's the problem with a lot of us when it comes to this situation right here. Like, man, look, there's so much stuff going on in this world right now, man. I'm like, I feel like they are using this situation to try to put us against each other.
True,
man.
Facts.
And, like, did they really have to announce that Ice Cube, dropped that? Did they have to?
Mm-mm.
You know how many people every day are out here doing the same thing? Like, nah, man. Like, losing, I'm talking about just losing regular 9-to-5s.
Yeah. Well, the craziest part of it all to me was the fact that the nurses who were on the front line last year, some of them got fired this year because they didn't want to get vaccinated. And I thought that meant the most. Like, these the people who were saving all of the lives that are no longer, needed because they don't want to make a decision that they didn't have a choice of last year. So it's just a touchy situation for a lot of people. Some people don't care. They just, are okay with getting it. Some people are like, nah, I don't know what it do, or
And
what it's gonna happen to me if I do get it. So
see, me, I'm not gonna say that I'm one of those people that say, oh, I'm just against all vaccinations, because we both got something in us from when we was little. We our parents took us to get that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that I'm completely against it, because I'm just one of those people that I don't trust the government with nothing. I'm just not one of those people. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I have my reservations on certain things, but
you just don't fall for anything.
Yeah, I just don't. And I put it like this. I look at it like this, man. When I used to get the flu vaccination, like when my parents used to take me all the time, you got to go get your flu shot. Dude, I caught that flu 3, 4, 5 times after getting that shot.
Yeah.
When I got to the age where I was able to make my own decision, when I said, when they would come to me and say, hey, you got to go get your flu shot, I'm like, no, I ain't getting that. I haven't had the flu since.
Yeah, and I can be honest with you, I can't recall ever getting a flu shot, and
Yeah, it's wood.
Yeah, well, I don't get sick often. We'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how I look at it, though. Like, I look at that. That's why I would not get that.
Because it make you sick.
Yeah, because I know that I would be that person. Because I hear about people saying, I got it, I got this, I got that, and I ain't feel nothing. But then I hear about those people say, I got it, man, and I feel terrible, man. I feel messed up. And I'm just like, I would be that person. Like, I know, because every time I got that flu shot, I don't care what it was, what brand it was, I always got sick, man. So I'm like, I know that I'm cool on this. I'm cool. Like, I'd rather take my chances with C-19. I'd rather take my chances with it.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people who definitely experienced it, and some were like, oh, it was just a couple days, and somebody else I know was like, man, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. Like, I felt like this, and so I think we all taking our chances, with it or not, with the shot or not. We all taking our chances.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get it. You either going to get the C-19 or you're not going to get it. And if you do get it, you're just going to have to figure out how to live and, keep on moving. And, there are people out there that are not as fortunate as others that passed away from it. At the same time, people did pass away from the flu, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I ain't got nothing else on there, man. Like, I'm not trying to get our first video taken down, man.
Nah, because we touched on a lot of touchy situations, and I don't think that anything negative was said about anything, so shouldn't be no reason to, censor or, try to control what we talking about, because we just speaking our opinion, and, it's not meant to be held in a light to disrespect anybody or force anyone to make a decision that they don't want to make. I think it was more in the light of saying that you do have a choice, and it's better to have a choice more than anything. I think that was the moral of majority of the things that we talked about today.
Yep.
Was that it is better to have a choice rather than not at all.
Yep. Don't steal my choice from me. Don't steal my options from me.
Right.
Flat out. Don't do it.
That was the moral of the story.
Yep. So that's going to be a wrap for this episode of Let's Talk Podcast, man. This was good, man. This was good.
I concur, my friend.
On the next one, I definitely want to cover some more touchy topics, man. And honestly, I want to get this thing going full go, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to come back, and, and keep on coming, rocking out with me, or whenever you want to come, man. You know what I'm saying? You're always welcome to be here, man.
I appreciate that.
If people want to find you, man, where can they find you?
You can find me on social media, Big D, one word, The Chief, another word. Just mash two different words together 2 different times, Big D, The Chief, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Hey, smash that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. You can find me at Dustin Calloway Comedy on Instagram. I believe it's Dustin Calloway Comedy on TikTok. Dustin J. Calloway on Facebook. That's pretty much all I'm rocking with. And then I definitely have a page on Instagram and TikTok for the podcast. It's called Let's Talk Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. So tap in, man. Smash that like button. Please subscribe to the video. Drop a comment down below and let us know how we did today, man. Like I told you, I've been promising y'all guests, and we here now. So until the next time, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.